back, everybody. My name is Tank. Today we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. I'll be giving you my thoughts about where we are in the market, as well as where I think we might be going in the short to near future. Before I jump into the charts, let me first remind you guys that I do have a giveaway happening on this channel where I will be giving away a free 50-inch flat screen TV to one lucky subscriber once we hit 1,000 subs. So if you guys like what you heard, hit that like button, but don't forget to sub to the channel because you could win a TV just for being supportive. With that being said, guys, I'm not even going to jump into CoinMarketCap to see how the total market is doing. I'm just going to jump straight into the charts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano because I know a lot of people right now are wondering what to expect and where we possibly might be going. So I'm just going to get into the nitty gritty of it. Right now on Bitcoin's 4-hour time frame, you can see that, of course, we are dealing with some sell pressure. Guys, I want to put some perspective into it before I start reading these charts, guys. Remember, we just pumped up over 60% since starting this jump to the upside, guys. We jumped up majorly in a very short time frame when you look at the overall price movement for Bitcoin. In fact, we started it on the 21st to where we are now. We have pumped up 63.99% over the course of 35 days. So just over a month, we've pumped up 63%. That's major. That's massive. That's massive gains to the upside, guys. We are going through the motions right now of hitting a major level of resistance. And after hitting $50,500, we have been pushed back down to where we are currently, about 4.7%. So not even 5% as we're making this video. All in all, guys, you guys should know that this is totally normal. There's ebbs and flows in the market. We don't just go in straight lines, especially when we hit big levels of resistance. Let me actually go back here on previous price action for Bitcoin and show you guys the last time we were at $50,000. It took us, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 7 days for us to break through that. Let me see, from here to when we actually broke through, it was about 7 days exactly for us to break through $50,000 last time, guys. We, peaked above it a few times, then came back down, but until we actually broke above it took us 7 days. If patterns don't repeat themselves, but Ryan, what makes you think that it's going to take us 1 day to break through $50,000 when it took us 7 days last time to do it? It's going to take us some time. We're going to have our ebbs. We're going to have our flows. That's the way the market goes. Don't go running around screaming the sky's falling just yet until the sky's falling. It's not. We're just going through a normal pullback, drawdown, or whatever you want to call it. Until we get to those double digits, that's when I would be like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Things are getting kind of hairy. Things are getting kind of sketchy. I don't like it. But as I always say, in preparation of these moves to the downside, take profits while profits are there. That's a smart thing to do, guys. Don't just ride your bags the whole way, because you guys will see that as quickly as those gains get given to you, they can be taken to you just as fast, sometimes even quicker. So it's always smart to take some profits on the way up, not financial advice, just kind of want to put things in perspective and get that out there to you guys. That way you guys know how the market actually moves. All in all, there is a chance of us coming down and this run being over. Sure, there's always that chance. There's always that chance. There's always only 3 things that are going to be happening in these markets, right? I try to tell you guys that all the time. We dump, we go sideways, or we pump. Be prepared for any one of those scenarios and you'll be better off, guys. As we're looking at the overall patterns, the same patterns that I was sharing with you guys yesterday in our video, I'm looking at the recent support lines. One being this support line, this yellow one here that was broken, obviously on the bigger ascending wedge pattern that we were previously just in. We have since then broken down out of it, obviously, and now we are below our recent support line that we just held up on Sunday's price action as well, guys. So I told you guys yesterday my thoughts about these support lines. They looked weak, to be honest with you, and I'm only saying that because the time between of us testing it and coming down and testing it again, the more you knock on a door, whether it be support and or resistance, the more you are likely to break through that door, guys. So we came over it, came back down, tested it, came over it, came back down, tested it. Guys, we're testing resistance, we're testing support more and more and more, which usually means that we're going to be breaking through it, guys. It's unfortunate, but that's what it looks like right now. Right now, we are below those 2 support lines that I shared with you guys yesterday. The one that I'm looking at right now for the 4-hour time frame is this 50 EMA, which is that yellow line. I really hope it holds up to some degree. We could come below it, but I really do hope that it holds up and just keeps threading it and going sideways. If we don't, I still stick with what I shared with you guys yesterday. I do see us dumping all the way back down to $44,000. That is the next level of real support that Bitcoin has shown on the price previously, guys. That's unfortunate if it does that, because we're making really good moves to the upside. Now, we technically, by zooming out, would still be bullish looking at the big picture of things, but I'm not going to lie, guys. my conviction and my thoughts of this cycle possibly bringing us above all-time highs is going to be shook. I'm going to be kind of skeptical. If we come down to $44,000, I'm going to be kind of shook. I'm going to be a lot more protective of my positions. But yeah, that's just what I'm seeing right now. It's a little bit too early to front run that, guys. All in all, like I said, we are just coming down after testing a major level of resistance. We could just ping pong like this and go sideways for a little while. That'd be actually really great if we did that. That'd be actually my preferred scenario for Bitcoin. We don't have to break $50,000. We can let altcoins do its thing and let it actually have its DeFi fall or DeFi summer to let it play out the rest of the summer. We really could. That would be absolutely fine with me. Or we could pop back up to $50,000 and retest it again before ranging within $48,000 to $50,000. That'd be nice. But I'm prepared for all three scenarios because we could always just come right back down. We could. You know, don't fool yourself thinking that we can't. We've done it before. So just be prepared, guys. I'm still sticking with what I said yesterday. Until we actually do find support and rally, I'm not going to front run anything. The best position to be, in my opinion, is to be in a reactive position and don't try to front run things. You're not going to guess what the market's going to do. You're not the market mover. You're not a market maker. You're not one of the whales that actually move the market. You're a retail investor and or trader. That's why you're watching these videos. Be realistic with yourself. Don't try to catch falling knives. A lot of times you just cut your hands up. They suck. But if I'm looking at the lower time frames, the 3-hour time frame showing us the RSIs on Market Cipher B are pointing still downwards. We're still in the green. We haven't started creating a big anchor on the 3-hour just yet. The 2-hour time frame shows us that we do have a pretty good anchor being formulated. We are in the green there, and the RSIs do look like they're trying to flatten out here. I'm not going to front run that again, but they do look like they're trying to flatten out here. These anchor waves usually show signs of sell pressure exhausting themselves, especially when they get lower or below that 60 line right here. So that is a good sign on the 2-hour time frame. The 1-hour time frame showing us that we are still in the red. We are deep below that 60 line for the anchor. The RSIs have started to curve and flatten out a little bit, but again, don't front run it because it could just be taking a breather before pushing down further. Now, that's just what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Again, keep those levels of support in mind, guys. They're very, very important. I want to see the 50 EMA on the 4-hour, which is this yellow line, hold up. And then if it doesn't hold up, we could go all the way down to $44,000, guys. Be mindful of that. Let's jump on over to ETH, guys. ETH is kind of in a weird place right now. It really hasn't been performing quite well. I know after EIP 1559, a lot of people, even including myself, were really hoping that we would at least break previous all-time highs and tread our way upwards slowly as we do that. But unfortunately, we have not. We were in this ascending triangle, which looked really, really good for Ethereum until we broke down out of it, bringing ourselves into this descending triangle pattern. Luckily, we found support, if you want to call this a W, and then rallied above this previous resistance that we started charting here, flipped it here, bounced off of resistance or support, and then came back up again. Now I do think that we will be testing current support, which is this top line of this descending triangle pattern. If that doesn't hold up, guys, it doesn't look good in the short term. Long term, I'm still bullish on Ethereum. There's a lot of bullish things happening right now. Like if the burning mechanism that was just introduced on EIP 1559 holds up and keeps burning the same amount of ETH that it's been burning, eventually the supply will start flattening out and there'll be less and less ETH on the exchanges and markets. I mean, there already is, if you do the on-chain data homework, there already is less and less ETH on exchanges, which just increases the scarcity value of Ethereum. But with EIP 155 and the burning mechanism on top of that, given time with Ethereum, it will increase in value just because it will be more and more scarce if that holds up. Now, there is a lot of things happening within the Reddit forums. Like I shared with you guys yesterday, there's talks of the miners attacking the gas prices of Ethereum, making it harder for transactions to process. And that could be a big reason why Ethereum has not been performing so well after EIP 1559. But all in all, I do think, just like last time, the miners can't keep that up forever. I mean, it's a war of attrition, guys. And right now, even though I'm a miner, you guys got to know I'm a miner as well, but I'm going to be very honest. The miners all have their own individual interest at hand or at play, right? They're like, as much as they want to band together and fight back against the devs or the overall network, You're not going to overcome that. You're just not, because at some point, somebody's going to fail. Somebody's going to say, I've had enough of it. I'm going to take profits, or I can't sustain myself financially doing this. At some point, they're going to fail. There's not enough money coming from the miners to hold up that fight, just like we saw before. So in my honest opinion, even though I'm a miner, it's futile. Resistance is futile. Eventually, no matter how you fight, Ethereum's going to kick your butt. So, I mean, that's just my opinion about it. I mean, they're going to do what they're going to do. We're going to have to ride out whatever it is that's pushing Ethereum's price down right now. But, you know, eventually I'm long on Ethereum. I'm really bullish. There's a bag of Ethereum that I'll never sell. It's a big bag of Ethereum I'll never sell. I believe in it. But that's just what I'm seeing right now for Ethereum, guys. I think that we will probably more than likely come down to this support line here on the descending triangle pattern, which is right around $3,100. Hopefully we find support there. If I go down to the 1 hour time frame from the 4 hour time frame, you can see that we are really, really oversold right now, in my opinion. Hopefully we do start finding support. We're in the red. The anchor waves are really, really deep. The RSIs are getting pretty low. On the 2 hour time frame, we're in the green. We're starting the anchor wave. RSIs are really low. So hopefully we do start seeing some support come in here shortly. But on the 3 hour time frame on Market Cipher A, we still have that red X, which usually shows us further price suppression on an asset when that pops up. So again, guys, we went from green back to red. It does look like we could come down further. I do suspect that probably we will come down to this support line, which again is $3,100 for Ethereum. Don't front run the market. Be reactive. Sit back and wait. That's the best way to be, guys. We're just going to have to go through these motions. Let's move on over to ADA. ADA is going to be kind of different, much like yesterday, guys. It's like the special child in the family, right? Let me zoom out real quick. This is the Fibonacci retracement tool, guys. All I did was take it from the top all the way down to the bottom of when we started this pump. And as you guys can see, the fib lines are holding up quite beautifully with recent price action. If you guys don't know how to use fib lines, guys, definitely do yourself a favor. Figure out how to use all different types of fibs, because they're magical, especially if you know how to join those in with other oscillators and indicator tools that you use. They are magical. But before I start talking about fib lines and the lines that I have drawn on the chart here, let me actually take a moment and talk to you guys about what I honestly feel like is happening for ADA, because ADA is a little different, guys. ADA has a lot of bullish things outside of the charts happening for it. In less than 8 hours, Japan is going to be listing ADA on their exchange. Now, is this one of those situations where, you know, the rumor comes out and then you sell the news, or, you know, whatever the saying is this one of those moments where you kind of get dumped on before the release? A lot of times when assets, even in stocks and stuff like that, get released, a lot of times there's an initial dump when that release happens. So is those one of those moments? It could be. It really could be. But in all honesty, I think this is like when, you know, when you're in high school, when two people are fighting and you see one person like kind of flinch, the other person like they're gonna hit him, and that other person kind of draws back a little bit because they're emotionally not ready to get hit in the face. I think on top of obviously being at almost $3, and with Japan going to be listing it in less than like 8 hours, I think that's like one of those moments right now. I think this is like one of the fake outs before getting punched in your face with the breakout. I think this is just like market movers, market makers, whales testing people to see where liquidity is. So far, ADA has been doing really, really well. So far, the community has not been shook at all. We've been pumping to the high side massively over the past few days, making gains of like 6 to 7 cents each and every day on ADA's price. Right now, I feel like as we got closer to $3, I feel like the big bully, who is the whale. Now, I'm not saying all you whales are bullies, but I'm just saying big money kind of looked at us retail investors and kind of flinched at us, and we totally took it and got shook. I think we're going to be seeing higher price points in the short to near future. Now, I'm not going to give you a time frame, but I'm just going to let you know smart contracts are set to be released on the 12th of next month. Once that happens, guys, I know a lot of people have been anticipating that. Once that happens, why wouldn't we see higher price points? Development's going to be released. Once development happens, guys, ecosystems get released. There's many developers and projects waiting for it to happen. Why wouldn't we see higher price points? All I'm saying is right now, I have big bags of ADA, and I'm not selling. I'm buying these dips. When other people are fearful, that's when you should be greedy. And when other people are greedy, that's when you should be fearful. Now, as I say that, I'm going to take 2 steps back and show you guys the fear and greed index. Keep in mind that we're extremely greedy with Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Maybe it's smart to be a little fearful with Ethereum and Bitcoin. With ADA, though, I'm not very fearful. I'm kind of greedy. You might be fearful, but I'm kind of greedy. I'm okay with buying this on spot and holding it long term, and not financial advice. But if we go down, I can wait this out because I'm not in a position to where I'm overextended when I'm buying these dips. I'm just buying partial positions on certain levels that I like. Again, way too many bullish things happening outside of the charts for me to think that ADA is anything close to being bearish. We're still on the 4-hour time frame, deep in the green. The RSIs, yeah, they're coming down, but we've been rallying over and over and over. And honestly, like I said, we came up to $3, guys. That's a super big level of resistance. That's a super big level of resistance. I know a lot of people are taking profits. Like I always say, take profits when you get profits, guys. Don't be dummies. Realize them while they're there. But people are just taking profits at certain price points. And again, $3 is a round number. It's a big psychological, big level of resistance. People are going to be taking profits. It's going to take a catalyst to push us over that. It really is. So I do think we could even come down to $2.50. I do think the closer and closer we come to smart contracts, and as tomorrow unfolds, I think we're going to start seeing higher price points in the short to near future for ADA. Now, with that being said, I'll get off that rant and tell you guys what I'm seeing in the charts, guys. This is what I have as far as my buying and thought process when it comes to the dip. Now, the yellow line here is the 50 EMA. This other line here is the 21 moving average. We're just below the 21 moving average. That's fine. We've done that a few times and come up above it a few times now. But the 50 EMA is my biggest level right now. The 50 EMA has been holding up really, really strong throughout this pump to the upside. We can come down here, and that 50 EMA is a big, big level of support. If we come down there, I'm putting a big long. Not financial advice. Don't copy me. That's just what I'm doing. I'm also buying dips on certain levels here. These red lines are where I bought dips. I bought a small contract here. I bought more here. I'm buying more in between here. I didn't put that there. And then I'm buying more here. And then, of course, I'm buying on this section here, which is the 50 EMA. And then if we do come down to $2.40, I'm buying there as well. Not financial advice, just me and what I'm doing. I'm too bullish on ADA maybe. But there's nothing in my mind that makes me feel shook one bit. So that's just what I'm seeing right now, guys. I could do some regular TA on ADA, and I guess let me do that. The only TA that really makes sense on doing is the Fibonacci retracement, in my opinion. All I did was take it from the high of recent price action, brought it down to the low of when we first started this pump to the upside. And as you guys can see, the Fibonacci lines are phenomenal, and they're magic. I lost my train of thought there, but they're phenomenal and they're magic. That's what I was trying to say at the same time. Phenomenal magic. Anyway, if you guys don't know how to use Fibonacci lines, definitely do so. All fibs, whether it be time-based fibs, Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, use them. Learn how to use them. Learn what they mean. They're magical, especially when you combine other indicators and oscillators that you know how to use with the fib lines, guys. They're magical. But right now, looking at recent price action, they've held up quite well. I'm looking, again, this goes together with what I had previously. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about from my lines, my buy lines, using top to bottom. Let me put it together here. Boom. They kind of match up perfectly, right? Not so much, but the way I do my trading is I always put my buy orders just above fib lines, because fib lines are what a lot of other people use, and I don't want to be missing things by it not coming down all the way to that fib line. I want to get in just a little bit more. I'm taking a little bit more of a risk, but I like to put it just above fib lines. But yeah, they come together quite well. Huh? Be on the lookout, guys. I think big things are in the works for ADA. Don't be shook. Do your homework. Stay in profits. Practice proper risk management. Thank you guys for sticking with me throughout these videos. Don't forget, if you guys want to get in on that giveaway, hit that sub button, because I'm giving away a 50-inch flat screen TV to one lucky subscriber once we hit 1,000 subs. So tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your brother, tell your uncle. I don't care who you tell. Get those subs in there. The more subs you guys have in per family household, the more chances you have to win that 50-inch flat screen TV. With that being said, peace.